Morning, this is Amy with Bookgoonie, and this is another In My Mailbox and Clock Rewinders. I'm going to share with you all the things I received this week, which isn't a whole lot, and some of the books from ALA and some other things going on. First, what I picked up on my way to ALA was Fault in Our Stars. You can see I got it at Walmart, which is sadly the closest bookstore to me, and it was one of the pre-signed copies. I was hoping to see John Green at ALA Sunday night and have him sign my other books, but unfortunately my daughter had to come with me to ALA after her soccer game on Sunday, and so I didn't want to keep her out all night to see John Green. So as a mom, we had to leave and get home and get ready for school the next day. So I picked up that. Also, I will be getting out the winner of the giveaway, mailing them theirs in this week. Since I'm finally getting back to normal, it's taken about a week, I think, to kind of get back in the flow of things. Also, I received this week from Tor Forge, which is part of Macmillan, Article 5 by Kristen Simmons. This is a debut novel. Debut author 2012. I believe this was released in January. What made me want this book and request this book specifically is what basically from the summary. New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. have been abandoned. The Bill of Rights has been revoked and replaced by the moral statutes. As a history and government teacher, this made me want to read it, to see. Maybe there's something, one, it's a good book, two, that could be used in the classrooms to get kids thinking about Bill of Rights, giving them up in essence to gain security. So I'm very excited about this. Thank you, Tor Forge, part of Macmillan, for sending me this book. I can't wait to read it. So stay tuned for what I think about that. Also, I received this week from Nick's Book Reviews. I got a cute patootie little bookmark. I guess I won the Bout of Books cover matchup, and so this was what she sent, and it's very cool because it came all the way from the Netherlands. So I didn't know Nick's Reviews was located in the Netherlands, so that was very neat to receive in the mail this week. Now we'll get to the stuff I received at ALA. I just decided to pick January and February titles. Below you'll see all the January and February titles, but I'm only going to talk about a few of them. The first two are not 2012 books. These are books that came out earlier. The first is But I Love Him by Amanda. Amanda Hubbard's her actual name, but she goes by Amanda Grace on some of her books. This is a book I really wanted to read last year. I just didn't get around to getting to it or getting it read. She was at the Flux booth, because it's a Flux book, signing that weekend. So I got that signed, and I'm really excited to read this book and then share it with my students. The Flux people were really great, and like I said, she was really genuine and awesome, and so I appreciate getting a signed book. Also at the Flux booth, I got to talking to the publishers there, and I work at an alternative high school that has a very small library and a very small library budget. We have $500 a year to buy books, and so this last year I got to influence those books. 95% of our library is paranormal, fantasy. That is what most of the kids end up liking. But I added a lot of contemporary books and ones that I thought had good male voice. So we got the entire Perfect Chemistry Simone Eccles series. We bought Leaving Paradise, Simone Eccles. I haven't read it, but one of my students who started reading when he was in jail, he has soaked up every Simone Eccles books we had. We had Leaving Paradise. He loved it. He was so pissed we didn't have Return to Paradise. And so when talking to the Flux people, they were very kind to give me the second book to put in our library. So I know they're going to be really stoked to get that. So thank you, Flux. Also, okay, all of the rest of these our January releases that I'm really excited about. Into Deep, again by Amanda Grace, Amanda Hubbard, and she was there to sign it. I think I have a signed copy. So I'm really excited to read both of her books. They both look like they should be nice, easy reads. Maybe need a book readathon so I can read those really quick. Another book that I'm very thankful for my school is Edumacation of Jay Baker. I haven't read it, but I have a student that is resisting with every fiber of his being reading, period. Highly intelligent, just anything required reading he doesn't want to do. He'd rather sit and listen to his iPod. Our English teacher requires them to read a book and do a book report. They used to do AR points. Trying to read The Force of Hands and Teeth because he's into zombies. But I think because his reading level's so low, he couldn't really get into the world building fast enough to get into the story, so he just was kicking his feet, dragging. So on Monday, when I got back from ALA, I knew he was wanting me to find a book for him, and so I decided that this book, because it's a contemporary book, he's not going to have to keep everything straight at first. And it acted like it was funny. He's a funny kid, and so it's really hard to tell a lot about the book from the synopsis. So I'm really excited to see what he has to say. I think I'm gonna force him to write a review for the website. But he's tearing through it, and he says it's hilarious and funny. And the English teacher thanked me a lot for giving him a book that he's actually getting through and not kicking and screaming about. So thank you guys. Thank you Henry Holt for giving out these books at ALA so that I could get it in the hands of kids that need it. Thank you. Another one I'm really excited about, Fracture. Megan Miranda. She's a debut author also. My daughter actually put down Bitter Blue and picked up Fracture and read it in a couple of days. She's already written a review, so it should be up in the next couple of weeks. She loved it, so I really can't wait to read it, but thank you for that one. Halflings by Heather Birch, and she was there and signing at, I've already read it, and that review should be up in the next week or so. Really liked it. It kind of was a Maximum Ride-ish meets maybe a Halo or an Unearthly. So very interesting take on angels and a clean read. So have that review up for you soon. A book I'm super excited about getting is Bittersweet by Saren Ockler. I was introduced to Saren Ockler during Banned Book Week last year. I had picked up 20 Boy Summer, either on a freebie Friday for my Nook or something, and so it's a book that's been contested, so I read it during Banned Book Week. I loved it, and this is one of the books on my top 10 looking forward to in 2012, so really look forward to reading Bittersweet. Another January book that I'm really excited about is The Gathering Storm, Robin Bridges. This is another debut author. This one is a historical, I think, time warp. Back into the days of, I think it's during the Romanovs' reign, if I remember correctly when I read it. So this is obviously a book a history teacher would love to pick up. Thank you very much. The next books I'm going to share with you guys are February releases, and so I think there's some that a lot of you guys will be really excited about. The first is, I think it's Berserk by Michael Grant, much loved author of Gone in Hunger. So look forward to reading this or getting it. Beneath the Meth Moon by Jacqueline Woodson. We have a lot of kids in I'm sure in every community that drugs is a big problem, so I'm looking forward to seeing if this is a book that kind of teaches, obviously, to not or to get over being around or immersed in it. So excited for that book. Various Positions by Martha Schwabas. This one, I was originally part of the DAC tour. I was glad that when I received it, I could immediately turn it to the next reader since I was able to pick up a copy. The book's about people that work hard in certain sports. or music, what they give up. All that is very intriguing to me because I have a daughter that plays fiddle and plays soccer. So anytime reading how other adolescents deal with the struggles and the focus and the expectations is a book that I'm interested in reading. So very excited about Various Positions. Super excited about Graffiti Moon by Kath Crowley. This is another book that I'm excited about, The Nightmare Garden by Caitlin Kittredge. This is the second in a series. I think it was The Iron Thorn. It's a steampunk-ish dystopian sort of book. It has some really cool characters with some really awesome personalities, and so I'm really excited to see what happens as the series continues. It's a beautiful book too. And also much coveted Fever, the second in Lauren DeStefano's Chemical Garden series. I had just picked up Wither in December, so you should be seeing reviews for Wither and Fever in the month of February. So those are just some of the books that received at ALA. I'm also including a picture. I spent most of yesterday, which is why this is not getting up early enough, going through my old books and some of the books that I picked up at ALA on purpose, knowing that people from my school district weren't going to ALA. None of the librarians. We are obviously in budget cuts. So I picked up middle grade books, picked up other books, adult books. And so I think I have like 6 bags of books between my own personal and ALA books going to an elementary in my school district, my daughter's middle school, our community / high school, Homework Haven, where we tutor kids after school, mostly in math and reading, that are doing poorly and don't have the money for tutoring. So going to that campus, so they'll have some more books to read when the kids get done with their math homework. And then also my campus, which is the alternative high school, because we don't have access to the 9th grade or the other high school's library. They don't let our kids check out books there. So I'm including the picture of that. Just give a shout out to all the people that were, there was tons of kind people I ran into at LA, tons of people I met, but may not remember right off the bat. But I did include links to the people that I hung around with the most that welcomed me into tagging along, either sitting at ALA or walking through the booths or hanging out at the Book Blogger mixer. So I ripped this picture off of I Read Banned Books Jen, because I took no pictures. Hopefully you had a great book week. I know it was a great week for me. I need to get done with this and get on to reading. So have a happy reading week, and I'll see you next week.